trashy girl. She's trashy, trashy girl. She's got style, she's got class. Watch out, boy, she'll pick your...
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Ashley After Hours, episode 9. I, of course, am Ashley, and with me is my buddy over there in the hood tonight, Sorgatru. What's going on?
Sorgatron, I am here. Yes, adjusting the camera for all you.
Yes.
We are good. The Pens are playing right now. Last I knew, we're losing the second. But hey, you know, the Pens have lost every first game, all last season, all last playoffs. And look where that got them.
Exactly.
Right here.
I mean,
right there, the champion.
Losing the first game, it's okay. Losing the final game, that's the problem.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to lose, but if you have to lose one, you might as well start off losing so you can get the comeback, and then everybody's on your side.
In Pittsburgh, they like to do it the hard way on the sports teams.
That's what she said.
Yeah, about that.
So how was your weekend, Sorg? I know it's been how many days is it? 7 now? 7 days.
This would be a week later. Yes. That's exactly correct.
7 days! Oh my god!
Yes, you're
like
correct.
Forever. How was your weekend? Did you do anything fun?
Well, a lot of filming, a lot of fun wrestling filming. I did Night of Legends up in Franklin, which involved a drive to Greenville to pick up my nephew so he could attend.
Aww.
Getting there, finding out I have to get him home so I can get back to the airport in Pittsburgh to do an interview for another project we're working on of somebody that was there.
Nice.
So yeah, it was a pretty rough weekend. A little bit
sleepy.
Haven't
caught up yet.
No, not really. Not really recovered. So.
You know, I actually had a blast. I went out to karaoke again on Saturday night at the Seashell in Moon. If you haven't been there, make sure you come out on Saturday night. It's a hot damn good time. And I had a blast. We got to sing some songs, and it was, it was nice to be able to kick back and relax at the Shell this past weekend, I have to say.
Excellent.
And the weather has just been absolutely beautiful. I mean, it got a little chilly on Friday, but then it kind of warmed back up. I'm liking the springtime weather. It's making me happy, making me all gleeful, if you know what I mean. We'll talk about that a little bit later. My favorite show. And so, Sorgy, there's been a lot of news going on about the whole Team Coco.
Oh, yeah.
Conan O'Brien, he's officially back on TV.
Woo.
Well, not as of right now, but yes, he is coming back. He will be joining TBS. And yeah, he made the switch to cable, believe it or not. He will be joining George Lopez on TBS.
What a pair!
I know, the two of them take it over.
What
the
a
comedy
pair!
hour.
George Lopez. I mean, when I think comedy, I think George Lopez.
Well, George actually said he was really excited to have Conan come and join him on TBS, and that he has no problem moving back an hour. That's right, he has no problem moving. Coco, he did. He didn't want that, but it's okay because Team Coco is going to be moving on to the West Coast. They're moving out to LA so that they can do the now unnamed Late Night with Conan O'Brien. Now, there is a problem.
Oh.
Sorgy, there is a problem with this whole thing.
What could go wrong?
Maxie can't go. Max Weinberg.
Oh, I heard about this.
Yeah, Max Weinberg can't be going along with Conan. He actually has to leave the show. The reason why is because, well, he's a New Jersey boy, and the E Street Band, Max Weinberg, E Street Band, they kind of go together. They can't leave the boss behind. They do too much money with the boss. So he decided that, you know what? It's been fun, and I really do want to go with you, but I can't leave my home in New Jersey. I can't leave my home, my bandmates or anything just so I can go out to California.
Actually, I thought I heard news, and I don't have this handy, but I thought Max Weinberg is replacing
Kevin Eubanks?
Kevin Eubanks.
That is the big rumor. However, it's completely false.
Oh.
You want to know who the real person is that's replacing Kevin Eubanks? Well, since Kevin is leaving the Tonight Show, they decided that they were going to look around. Max Weinberg, again, in order to do the Tonight Show with Jay, would have to move out to the West Coast. So he can't do it. He decided that he's just gonna stick touring with Bruce Springsteen. I mean, is that really a bad life?
That's
Seriously.
True. That's true.
So what is actually being done is Kevin Eubanks, he's out of there. He's gonna go do some solo projects and whatnot and actually finish a song on the Tonight, or outside of the Tonight Show. And the replacement is going to be Ricky Minor, and Ricky Minor from American Idol. He is the band leader of American Idol, and his band is going to be performing on the Tonight Show with Jay Leno.
And even less reason to watch Jay Leno.
Exactly.
Thank you very much.
Well, I will say Ricky Minor and the band that they have there, they're pretty talented as well, but they're not Kevin Eubanks. I don't know what they're going to be able to do. You never hear them talking or anything like that on American Idol. All you do is hear them playing, which they do sound good playing. But on the same hand, you know, it's just not the same. Jay needs to go bye-byes. That's all there is to it. And Conan's going to be making that switch to TBS come, I do believe, the midsummer he's going to be starting off. So it's going to be kind of cool. He's going to be joining the cable company, TBS. So excited about this, Sorgi. I'm thinking, you know, the whole new concept of being, instead of from, you know, regular NBC television to being cable, he's got so many more possibilities now. Yeah,
of course, the worry is about the installed base and everything, but it is TBS, so anybody that has access to cable, which should be the majority of the country,
should be able to
has
watch it.
TBS.
Exactly. That's one of the basic cable networks that you're going to be getting.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't even start off as a cable network. It was a super station. It was WTBS out of Atlanta.
Exactly.
So.
Well, now what they're known as being the station that is called, quote, very funny, and I think Team Coco is going to be amping up
definitely
that station a little
bit. We were looking at it at work, and it seems his lead-in is going to be reruns of The Office and Family Guy.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Dude, I would watch that anyway.
Yeah, exactly. If there's nothing on.
So it's The Office, The Family Guy, Coco, and then George Lopez.
Because what else is on? Like, even just talking network TV, what's on at 10 o'clock? Because NBC fucked up their lineup as far as their 10 o'clock. They're scrambling, true. And we have hour and a half, whatever's of The Biggest Loser. The Fox is done at 10.
And then you have Glee, which ends at 10.
Mm-hmm.
They're 9 to 10 o'clock, unless American Idol decides to bump them back.
Yeah, that was weird. That's why I was freaked out when
I know the hour.
It was like, it was 10 o'clock, and there was a half hour of Glee. I'm like, what's going on here? Then it ended like the news is next. I'm like, wait, this should have happened a half hour ago.
Yeah, it's like, wait, it's 10:45.
They just preempted a nation's worth of news.
Yeah.
For Glee / American Idol. That's how important it is.
Well, Glee is extremely important. American Idol is a little, well, okay, we did watch American Idol. I will be talking about this. Basically, what's going on with American Idol right now is that it's just not. Sorry, I'm not feeling it.
With American Idol?
No, I'm not feeling American Idol at all. We watched it, and quite frankly, okay, I will admit there are some talented individuals on this show, but the females are full of suck. Seriously, there's only one girl on that show.
They are.
You wish they were. No, the only thing that I can actually say about the show is that there's one female that stands out among the rest. She basically got on last night. Last night was the Elvis edition. Okay, it was everyone singing Elvis songs. It was kind of hot. Adam Lambert, last year's runner-up, you know, the one who's just totally over the top with his theatricals and whatever. Well, Adam decided that he was going to be the mentor of this week, and he was going to teach them how to put on a show because, well, let's face it, that's the one thing that they are lacking is performance. They can all sing. We'll give them that they have vocal qualities. But on the same hand, man, they cannot perform. So what's going on right now is that they decided that they were going to have Adam come out and teach them how to do a little performance. And basically, a lot of them just fell flat. I really was not impressed with any of them. However, there were 3 that I pick as the final 3. I don't know. It could change as the weeks progress because, let's face it, I haven't been watching very often. But the 3 that I like for last night, basically, was my favorite female was Crystal Bowersox. She impressed me. She sang, what was it? Oh my goodness. I wrote it down and of course I deleted it by accident. But basically her voice reminds me of a little bit of Janis Joplin, a little bit of Bonnie Raitt. She's got soul behind her voice, which nobody else on that show does. There's that one girl that dresses up and she looks like a little Adam Lambert wannabe. But the thing is that girl, you suck. You can't hit your notes. You look like a freaking train wreck. Get off the stage and stop wasting my time. Second person that I absolutely loved last night, his name was Tim Urban. He sang a little rendition of Can't Help Falling in Love. And quite frankly, he reminded me of Jason Castor from a couple years back when he sang the Hallelujah song. He basically got there, sat with his guitar, and just was raw. He was real. He was authentic, and that is the one thing that we're looking for. Someone who can sing, someone who can sit there but still entertain you while plucking that guitar. He was excellent, and he's not bad on the eyes either. So he right now is my favorite overall. Now, the third person that I loved last night, he sang a little less conversation. His name again is, what's his name? Lee. I'm gonna butcher his last name. Lee Dweisey, singing a little less conversation. He's got that raspiness in his voice. He's got that power that I can belt out a song. I can rock you like a hurricane with my vocal cords, and just he's excellent. But the thing is that again, he can't perform. He's standing there. He's got no facial expression. The only person that had facial expression was that Tim Urban guy, and he was because it was real. You could see the emotion, the feeling, the soul that he had in his facial expression when he sang I Can't Help Falling in Love. You could feel, it felt like he was singing it to you, like he really meant it. If anybody wants to be an American Idol hopeful, you have to remember that. You have to perform for the audience. It's not just yes it is, but it's not a popularity contest. It is a talent competition. The one thing that Simon has been stressing since day one. It is a talent competition. It is not a popularity contest, because if it was a popularity contest, then Jaya would have won a couple of years back, and look what it would have done to the music world. Instead, he's on reality TV shows trying to write a book and trying to reclaim that 15 minutes of fame that he just will never get back, because let's face it, he's a freaking idiot. So therefore, if you're looking to become an American Idol hopeful, you have to remember to have soul, be authentic, be real, and just sing with all your heart. And of course, you have to have a set of pipes as well. That is my tip from the person who did not make it onto American Idol. Thank you very much. Yes, I auditioned. Yes, I waited 5 hours in the fucking rain with my dad, and I had a blast. And I was on the intro for Boston, I will say. But, quite frankly, it was all an amazing experience. I had a great time. And there are so many people that were there, so many amazingly talented people that were there. And each judge is looking for a specific thing. And if you get into that line where you don't come across a judge that's looking for you, you're not going to be given that chance. One judge is looking for the cute blonde. The other one's looking for the train wreck. The other one's looking for the offbeat cowboy. I don't know. So basically, it's a luck of the draw at American Idol competitions. And we're going to be having more of them. Well, we might be having more of them next year. Simon's not coming back, so that's going to be difficult. But anyway, you know what, Sorgi? I think it's about time we take a quick little music break, if you don't mind.
Yes.
Tonight, we do have our featured artist, and let me just pull up her name before I completely butcher myself and, screw things up even further than I already do. Her name is Jessica Stewart Few. That's the band name. The first song that we're going to be playing tonight, Sorg, I believe it's So Slow. Is that the one we're playing first tonight?
Yes, it is.
You can go to our website, ashleyafterhours.com. You can download her music. Make sure you give her a little bit of, praise for her excellent work. And, of course, we'll be right back with more Ashley After Hours.
Only when you don't know where you're going.
listening to Ashley After Hours.
Diamonds on my neck, Patron in my cup.
Hey, it's Donnie Wahlberg from New Kids on the Block, and you're listening to Ashley at Night.
Hey, Pittsburgh, are you listening?
What, huh?
After I had my little beauty tips from Sorgatron.
That's right.
That's right, everybody. That's the new segment.
Camera,
Sorgy's going to be coming out and giving you little facial cleansers. Then he's going to be giving you some tips on how to get the best lip gloss and get rid of those baggies under your eyes.
We're trying to also do a video show here. I'm watching the first segment, this piece of hair. Now everybody's going to know about it if they didn't notice already. They're going to be reminded, like, oh, what's up with their hair? And,
yes, Sorg's going to be coming on next week with beauty tips. He's going to teach you how to do your hair.
How do you present yourself on camera?
How do you... Exactly.
Obviously, I'm the one to tell you with this whole, like, I haven't shaved in a week deal going on
here. Hey, you know what? It's okay because he's got the hat on. He doesn't have hairs out of place. His hair is flawless,
Actually,
everybody.
that's why I wear a hat, because my hair looks like shit with these headphones on.
Well,
so
you know what? It's okay because Sorgy's coming on next week and he's going to be giving you the best of the best in beauty. Okay, that's what we're going to be doing on Ashley After Hours.
You know, we would talk about moving the show to a different recording day. It's going to be after the wrestling show. Maybe we can get some special guests. We'll get Jimmy D with his bald ass head in here.
Oh my God, Jimmy DeMarco will get naked on my show.
Well, probably.
But just because he's Jimmy DeMarco and he likes to get naked.
He does. He ripped his shirt off sitting on that couch.
He did, and then he walked outside when it was snowing and said, "Oh shit, I forgot to bring a jacket."
It was in the middle of winter. It was like January.
Thought that was fucking hilarious.
It was January.
I know. He's just sitting next to me on the show, and all of a sudden he's like, "I'm done with this," and he's like, "Okay, I'm gonna go now," and he walks out the door, and he literally leaves, and I can hear him say, "He's like, oh shit, I forgot a coat." I'm like, "Oh,
there's snow on the
God.
ground." This is the stuff you could find on our sister show. WrestlingMayhemShow.com.
Yeah.
So
anyway, another guy that's perfectly full of fail, and he also has some hair issues like yourself.
Hey now.
Basically, Larry King. Yes, Larry King, one of my all-time favorites out there. He's getting his 8th divorce.
Jesus.
That's right, one more, and he gets one free.
This man is gonna have more. Sorry to go with the wrestling reference, but this man is going to have more divorces than Ric Flair has championships. Okay,
it's so true.
I mean, come on.
I mean, he's got 8 divorces. He's actually divorcing his new wife, or would you call her new? I don't know, Sean Southwick. She's 26 years younger than him. He's 76 and he's 56. I'm sorry, she's 76 and he's 50. The couple have 2 children together. And of course, what is the typical thing that you sign on divorce papers? Irreconcilable differences. That's right. For 8 times in a row, he can't seem to work shit out. You know what? When you're 76 years old, you've been married or you've been divorced 8 times, you just can't figure out how to make it work after 8 attempts at marriage. I think it's time that you just enjoy the dating life.
Well, you're definitely at that age not shy to switch it up a little bit.
Well, yeah, but on the same hand, I'm sorry. If I'm 76 years old, I failed at marriage 8 times in a row, and I really don't want to go and I got to adjust to another person just to have them take another chunk of my trust fund. Yeah. Quite frankly, I'm just going to say, let's go and date.
The alimony,
because you know the
pay.
Person's going to croak in another year after that, too.
So actually, he does have more divorces than Ric Flair.
Yes.
Because I think he only has maybe 3 or 4.
You know, it's a shame. I really think that the whole institution of marriage is being made a mockery
of.
of.
For Larry King.
Well, it's being made a mockery of, not just by him, but by everybody out in Hollywood. I mean, granted, there are some exceptions that are out there, but to me, a marriage is something, it's a commitment that you're making to another person to deal with the bullshit and say, you know what, I'm going to work on this. I realize that there are going to be times where I absolutely hate you and want to stab you in the fucking throat. But at the same time, I love you enough at this moment in my life to make that commitment to you, to say, I will not give up. I will just try. That's all you can do, is you can try to be amicable and live with each other and be happy, because quite frankly, when shit gets tough, you gotta look back at the good times and say, that's the reason why I'm in it. Nothing's a cakewalk. Nothing's easy. So Larry King, next time, put up or shut up. That's what I say.
Ooh.
Either you get married and you stay hitched until the day you die and be happy, for God's sakes, or shut the fuck up and keep the rings to yourself. Keep all those little, I don't know. You're not a sugar daddy. Well, in a way, he's a sugar daddy. Helping out all these women, whatever. I'm sorry. Seriously, just... I can't even... My frustration with the whole marriage concept, it blows... Maybe it's because I'm a child. I'm a product of divorce. But on the same hand, I just think that it's an insult to the rest of Americans out there to go and say, I'm going to make this commitment to you and put that forever clause on there. And then a couple of years later, when shit gets tough, you back out. It's the way we function as a society these days. Anytime shit gets tough, we back out or we find an easier way to do it. Instead of saying, you know what? Shit happens. You gotta work through it. And you know what? When you work through it, you get better. Your relationship will get stronger because you went through it together. You will love that person for all the good and the bad that they possess. So shut up, stop running to a lawyer to get divorced, and actually talk to the person about what the real issue is. Because I guarantee you, if you sit down and actually have a heart-to-heart conversation with somebody, guess what? Problems will resolve themselves. Unless you marry a crazy. And at that point, you shouldn't have got married in the first place.
You got too big case of the crazies.
You gotta be careful of the ones with the crazies.
All right.
Okay, we're gonna get off of this whole marriage
Please,
topic.
what's next?
Okay, fine. Ringo Starr! Ringo. That's right. One of my favorite Beatles, just because he's one of the only ones living. Okay, there's two people living right now.
Ringo Starr. Come on. That is a name right there.
It is. And I honestly think it was a made-up name. But that's just me. Google that shit. Find out if it's a real one or a fake one. But anyway, Ringo actually, he made a statement the other day, which I think was pretty ballsy on his part, because the Vatican, when the Beatles first came out, used to call them satanic. Their music, satanic. They worship the devil. They were bad. Blah, 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 blah. Stay away from the Beatles or you will go to hell. Well, basically, the Vatican came out and said that they have forgiven the Beatles for their, quote, satanic messages. And Ringo, he heard about this statement. And he basically said, you forgiving us? Really? He actually said, didn't the Vatican say we were satanic or possibly satanic, and they still forgiven us? I think the Vatican, they've got more to talk about than the Beatles. Well, if you look at the history of this whole thing, you know, the Beatles, yeah, they went and they got stoned and they went and created some amazing music while doing so. But the Vatican tells you that you're full of evil. And, you know, you need to go and repent your sins or else you're going to live a life in hell and all this other shit. And then they go and touch little boys. I don't know who's more satanic than the other. Who's a little bit more devious, or who's a better, what's the word?
Representation.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Brain fart. Yeah, I don't know. I think that's a little sketchy.
First of all, we got to pull you out of this funk here. First, his name is Richard Starkey. And,
thank you, Richard.
His
name is Ringo Starr.
He was born in Dingle, Liverpool, England.
Oh,
so there you go.
From Liverpool.
But I think we need to get you to something that makes you a lot more happy. At least I think this is a happy story.
Yes.
What are we talking about?
Sex in the City.
2.
Oh, yes, that's right. Sex in the City coming out next month. I'll be in line at the theaters to go and get this shit. And you know what? It's going to be absolutely fantastic. Go to ashleyafterhours.com to go and check out Sex in the City 2 trailer. It was absolutely fantastic. And you know what my favorite part is? Aiden's coming back. Oh, John Corbett. Freaking gorgeous. Love him. Love him, and he's coming back, and they're going to be in Abu Dhabi, and all of a sudden he and Carrie will just meet, and it'll be wonderful, and all will be well and good in the world, and I will be so happy again. Because he's back. Not that I don't like Big, but, oh, Aiden. I love it. I know Sorg's like, oh my fucking God. Sex in the City.
Hey, you know, I'm the same way about Iron Man.
I know. So. Iron Man 2 is coming out, and that looks like a pretty sweet movie as well.
Glorious.
Mm-hmm. But no, I'm so excited about Sex and the City. Check it out next month, and of course, check out the trailer online, AshleyAfterHours.com. Now, another thing that's going on right now, Sorgi, Britney. It's a big topic going on. The whole Photoshopped, and we were talking about it last week, what airbrushing and shit like that does. And actually, it did not work, the post that I put, so I'm going to post that right now, actually. Well, I have my computer in front of me, and I have access to the interwebs. But basically, it's a big issue right now with regards to female body image. What we see on TV, on film, and on billboards, and what we actually see in real life. This is unphotoshopped, folks. Yeah, that's right.
Unphotoshopped, very lately Final Cut.
Exactly. Not real. No airbrushing whatsoever. This is just natural beauty. But what's really going on out there is that everything that you see in magazines and stuff like that is Photoshopped. So Britney, she did a candies ad. If you went in Kohl's or something like that, you'll probably see it. She does a lot of work for candies right now. And so she has these pictures of her in a bathing suit. It's a little bikini that she's in or something along those lines. And she's looking really good in the candies ad. Unfortunately, it's all airbrushed. But I will say, Britney then decided that she was going to post what it really looked like. She was going to post the untouched, unfinished photo of her for candies before the Photoshop and airbrushing guys got to it. This is what it really looked like. And she posted that on her webpage. And quite frankly, she's looking pretty good anyway. But you can see that her butt's bigger, her legs are bigger, or she's got more in the waist or something like that. But she's real. And the fact that she actually went out and she posted that, I have to give some kudos to Britney. She went out and she did it. She decided that she was going to post that image. And I have to say, I applaud her for doing that because she wants to put it out there so that, you know, these body images that, these issues that we develop as females or as a society as a whole, we see these people out there and we think that they're picture perfect and they're flawless and they don't have a wrinkle or a roll or anything like that. When quite frankly, you know what? Everybody's got a little cellulite somewhere. So, Britney, I commend you for actually posting the real candies ad online. So, congratulations to Britney. And one of Britney's favorite people, Eminem. Yes, I know. Eminem's actually in recovery.
What?
Yeah, I know.
My name is?
Exactly.
What?
Slim Shady?
My name is?
Slim Shady. Eminem, actually, no. He's actually not going to be releasing his Relapse 2. He came out with the album Relapse when he wanted to make his little comeback. He said that he was going to be making a sequel to it called Relapse 2. Unfortunately, or fortunately for him, actually, he realized after listening to it and after working with so many diverse artists, he just decided that there's no way that I can actually come out and make a sequel to this. There's too much good stuff on here that I don't want to go and come up with something that's just another step. I want to do something completely different. So he's calling this album Recovery. He says, quote, I had originally planned on Relapse 2 to come out last year. But as I kept recording and kept working with new producers, the idea of a sequel to Relapse started to make less and less sense to me, and I wanted to make a completely new album. The music on Recovery came out very different from Relapse, and I think it deserves its own title. So I'm very much looking forward to see what Eminem actually decides to put out on this Recovery album. Hopefully he's got some more good stuff coming our way, because he's, you know, that little chameleon. He likes to come out with some different stuff and throw it at you. And sometimes it's absolutely terrible and sometimes it's wonderful. So I know. And of course, I have Lucas over here, who all he wants to do is snuggle and be on camera because he knows it's Wednesday night and he knows that Mommy is on the Hello Vision. So say hello, Lucas. Say hello. I swear it's Lucas Television over here, folks. Finally, another piece of music news for you. Whitney Houston. Well, Houston, we do have a problem. Oh my God. It's horrible.
Including a small problem with our graphics. Sorry about that.
She's a train wreck, Sorg. She's like shaved head Britney.
Oh God.
Whitney Houston has done so many drugs. And so she's just taken so much time off that her vocals are fucked up. I mean, she's worse than like a really bad American Idol contestant. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, go to our website, ashleyafterhour.com. ashleyafterhours.com. Go and check it out. There's an actual cell phone recording of Whitney Houston when she decided she's on her UK tour, which was delayed, but it kicked off. And she's 46 years old now, so she's not the 20-something-year-old that she was a superstar. But basically what happened is that she's attempting to sing I Will Always Love You. A beautiful song, one of Whitney's signature songs, and she can't hit the notes. She's fucked up her voice that much that she can't hit the notes, and quite frankly, there is not enough alcohol to make it sound good. That's right, I cannot drink enough to actually listen to that song all the way through. I had to fast forward to the part where I'm like, I have to hear how bad this actually is. Fast forward to that part, and oh my God, people, it's absolutely deplorable. What the fuck are you on, Whitney? It's terrible. I hate that song. Hate the song that she did. The song that she originally did, it was beautiful. I'll give her credit. It was a great song. Thank you, Clive Davis, for that one. But Whitney, your time's over, darling. You just can't cut it anymore. It's terrible. So definitely go and check that out. And thank you to Perez Hilton for posting that on his website, perezhilton.com. You can go check it out there or go to ashleyafterhours.com and check out the posting that we have there as well. And Sorgi, I think we're going to try to do another little musical interlude before we get into our little recap of my favorite TV show to come across since I think the Cosby Show.
All right.
All right. So this is Ashley After Hours. Again, your musical artist for this evening. Her name, again, is Jessica Stewart Few. And this next song, what's this one called, Sorgi? I forget.
This is called Kid Dream.
Kid Dream. So check it out, Ashley After Hours.
You're listening to Ashley After Hours.
Diamonds on my neck, Patron in my cup.
Hey, it's Donnie Wahlberg from New Kids on the Block, and you're listening to Ashley at Night.
Hey, Pittsburgh, are you listening?
What, huh?
What's up, everyone? Ashley After Hours, and who are we calling?
Hello.
Right there. How
Yo,
you
yo,
doing?
yo.
What's going on, my favorite pair of Pittsburgh people?
All right.
Nice alliteration. How's it going, Rod? How are things in the newest of Hampshires?
Oh, man. Well, you know, I'm not going to lie. Things have been exploding up in New Hampshire since Granite State of Mind hit YouTube. You guys see that?
Yes, I have, and I think it's awful.
What happened?
You think it's awful?
I do. I think it's terrible.
Why? Wait a minute. Is this coming from you? You lived in New Hampshire. You really think that...
I
Well,
know.
I've
I've lived in New Hampshire. I think that it's awful. I'm
Why?
sorry. I think
Every
that it lacks musical...
What? Wait. What
Okay,
is this for
Sorg.
the Sorgs and everybody else that are not from New Hampshire that have
everyone,
not seen this?
basically what it is you know the song New York State of Mind that Alicia Keys and Jay-Z came out with?
Unfortunately.
Basically what they did is in New Hampshire, this lovely duo came up with the Granite State of Mind, and they decided to put in some New Hampshire places and things like that to the state to the New York State of Mind song. So they basically did the New Hampshire version of Granite State of Mind. They actually had a Pittsburgh version. Sorg, it was played on Kiss. I do believe it was played on Star as well.
It wasn't by Mikey and Big Ball.
Yeah, but it was a Star version. It basically would be tacked onto the end of the New York State of Mind. But basically, I've listened to this whole Granite State of Mind. You can always go and check it out on YouTube. It's all over the place. But quite frankly, I just don't think it has... I mean, granted, yeah, it has some good pieces of New Hampshire and some funny tidbits and whatnot, but I really just don't think that it has any musical quality to it.
Well, did you watch the video or did you just listen to it?
No, I watched it. I watched it and I listened to it. I don't think that it's good.
Okay, well, you know what? Agree to disagree,
Agree
I guess.
to disagree.
New Hampshire is going nuts over
No
this right
shit.
now.
I've seen it everywhere. Everybody loves it, and I just don't understand.
Over 1 million views on YouTube in less than a week, and it's huge right now. So I'm digging it. I like it a lot. I got a lot of laughs at it, and I appreciate it. I love New Hampshire in the spotlight of anything, right?
I don't know.
All right. Well, you know what? Once again, agree to disagree. I think if you want to go to some music that we can both agree on, Glee was on.
Glee was
Tuesday.
on last night. Oh.
Segue much?
Okay. Let me just say my favorite line from the whole entire show. I know Missy and I were almost peeing ourselves laughing so hard. Dolphins are just gay sharks. Did you know dolphins are just gay sharks? Oh. My God, laughed my ass off.
It's funny, but it also makes you think.
That's true.
I could totally see that. I could totally see the logic in that. And, you know, I know now something about marine biology that I didn't know before the start of the season premiere.
There you go. Boom. Dynamite. That's how it rolls.
Boom. That just happened.
It's true.
You know what, though? I'm not going to lie. I was a tad disappointed with the season opener. I was happy it was that. But I don't know. It wasn't as edgy as I thought it would be.
I have to say, I do agree with you. I do not think that it was as
gleeful.
Okay, gleeful. It was a little anticlimactic, I think. I mean, they build up to all of a sudden it's like season 2 premiere. Oh my God, it's going to be awesome. And it was just kind of like, meh. That's all there is to it. Mr. Shoe is a little bit of a man whore right now because he's getting his freedom back and he decides he wants to fool around with a couple of women.
Although one of my favorite lines was during the dinner when they're like, "You don't know how this works. You buy dinner, and then we make out in front of you after. How do you not get this?" I was like, why doesn't the world work like this? Why?
Just leave your credit
not
card.
how high school is like for me.
You know, you just went to the wrong high school, Jared. I'm sure you could have found that somewhere.
We all went to the wrong high school, apparently. And it was right over the line in Ohio. Who knew?
I know. All you had to go was Lima, Ohio. I don't want to be an I'm a loser anymore. Apparently.
Oh man! Well, if you happen to miss it, but you want to catch it, it was a simple premise. The kids are back. They've just won sectionals, but now all of a sudden, with Sue Sylvester's return, now they've got to win regionals. Otherwise, the Glee Club is being cut from the budgeting because those spotlights that like the stage, they don't pay for themselves. 2% increase since Glee returned to the high school, so they can't afford that. So they need to win regionals. And hilarity ensues, and obviously Rachel has got a new boyfriend, and
you think he's a boyfriend.
Finn's trying to deal with a whole bunch of stuff going down, so it's all right. But like Ashley had mentioned, it doesn't really go anywhere towards the end of it. And that disappointed me a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I really wish it had a little bit more oomph to it. I think what they did was they built up that whole Vogue video so much that was actually more entertaining than the show itself. However, I will say that itself was a little bit more anticlimactic than the show. I thought Sue Sylvester doing Vogue. There are so many possibilities for this thing, and the thing is that there were a couple of little things in there like Will Schuester, I hate you, and all that other stuff. But it was not as good as it could have been. Just like the show, it seemed like it was just kind of fizzled.
But next week we have the Madonna episode. I mean, come on, that
better be fabulous.
I mean, I still have Put a Ring on It in my head from that episode last season.
I laughed my ass off.
Fantastic.
If they can come up, I mean, the whole season was like Put a Ring on It. Okay, when Rachel was going after Mr. Schuester, or the sexual tension between Emma and Will Schuester, or the whole baby drama situation or whatever. It's just one of those things where it's one of those you have to follow up with something that's absolutely fantastic. If you have creme brulee, you can't follow it up with Jell-O. There's no comparison.
Now, I'm really kind of afraid that Glee is going to have, let's get on camera, that Glee is going to have the kind of Heroes effect, that it's not going to build up to the hype, you know what I mean? So hopefully that's not going to happen here.
I don't know.
I mean, where that all lies in is the fact that so much shit happened in the first season.
Yeah.
So much stuff happened.
It's true.
Love triangle after love triangle. And by the way, I did not know how to kick a field goal until they put the ring on it. And now, I'm out there on, after work, and I'm at high school football stadiums, and I got a boombox, and I'm kicking field goals, and I'm doing, my best Beyonce. So once again, that goes back to the
then
fact
they kick you out because obviously you're right in the middle of cheerleading practice.
You kind of learn a lot as you watch the show.
Yeah.
But no, totally, I agree. And that's what I think that's also why I had a problem with the episode, because in the back of my mind, I hope they deliver on season 2 like they did in season 1. The episode was so flat as far as all that drama was concerned. I kind of thought, shit, this is what the whole season's going to be like. That's my fear, is that it's just not going to have that bite, and there's not going to be as much going on. And I think people have short attention spans. I think that could really doom the show. So I hope it goes on. I hope that they really pick it up and that they're just setting up a whole bunch of different storylines. But, only time's going to tell.
Yeah, that basically is it. I mean, they had so much going on in the first season. And now what? I mean, they had so many things that they could have drawn out into this season and still had a pretty badass first one. But instead, it all was out in the first, and now they have to come up with so much more. And instead, it was just, okay, now all this shit's gone down. Well, what do? We have to start over again and build up to another thing. So they have to basically start from scratch.
We know we have a Schuester love triangle with the Glee coach, and obviously with the redhead of my dreams.
Yep.
And then you get Finn and Rachel. You have all that shit that's gonna happen. I think it set up a lot, but I just think it did it in a quiet way. I hope they, this episode was like in a 3. I hope they crank it back up to a 10, on episode 2. I was pissed there was no, that's how Sue sees it. I was waiting for the Sue sees it.
That's your favorite part of the show. That's
did not
that's
happen.
the
I was
Rod's
not
favorite.
pleased.
And that's how Sue sees it. Yeah, I
Boom,
love
baby.
it.
So we'll see. Overall, I wasn't disappointed. I'd give it like a 5 out of 10.
No,
I
it
guess,
still is
you know?
more entertaining than half the TV shows that were out there.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed. I was big into Justified. Have you watched Justified yet? Have you gotten into that at all?
No,
yet?
I haven't
yet.
watched it. We added it to the Netflix queue,
To the
didn't we?
Hulu queue.
To Hulu.
So I saw we're only like 3 episodes in.
Yeah, so we're gonna try to catch up on that. But basically, yeah, we've been TV fail over here.
I was a huge Deadwood fan when it was on HBO, and I saw the previews for Justified and I said, holy shit, it's Deadwood in the present day. And it really, it went from like a Deadwood vibe and after the first episode to kind of like your average CSI or Law and Order almost.
What?
And I gotta say, I was really looking forward to Justified. Now, the first 3 episodes, I was the biggest guy screaming, you gotta watch it. But now, I don't know, it's starting to
Is it
fizzle for me,
fizzling?
and it sucks because I was really looking forward to it.
You know, I hate that stuff. When every single time you get a TV show that you're liking and it's new and you're like, this is amazing, and all of a sudden it just kind of, it fizzles out.
You know, like Sons of Anarchy kind of had that effect because I was digging it at first, and but it was just more of the same, and a lot of you can only drop the N-word so many times. You know what I mean? Before it kind of gets tired.
Or before it sounds
No,
like
no, I'm sorry. I
Lil
don't
Wayne
know
album.
what you mean, actually. How many times can you drop the N-word before we died?
I gave you.
I'm sorry. I cannot relate to that. I don't know how many of your audience can. I'm not from Pittsburgh, but to me, I cannot relate to that.
No, of course not. I mean, I even tried like at the beginning of the second season, and it was just like, all right, first episode, we got a rape. That's yeah, we're moving on.
woo!
Well, just finishing up the TV talk. South Park is its 200th episode on tonight at 10 in 4 minutes. Very pumped for that. Should be a great one.
Oh boy.
Before I gotta get amped up for this, by the way. I gotta go. I've got a bottle of 12-year-old Chivas Regal right now, premium Scotch whiskey that I am going to crack open tonight.
Oh,
excuse me, Patron? Is that only
No.
for when I come up though?
Patron's only when you come up.
Okay.
And crimes are going to be committed.
Yes. And movies are going to be watched.
Are you guys happy that Antonio Holmes is gone? Did you guys that do anything for you? Did you guys?
The whole Ben Roethlisberger thing is more of a talk up here.
Well, yeah. Well, they put kind of a combination thing just because the Ben thing's still in progress. But yeah, we're all pretty sick of it. I mean, I think people are sick of the Ben talk only because that's all we're hearing.
Yes.
I think
Right.
people are like pissed that he's in our faces more than whether he did it or not. Which more people than not think that he didn't.
did.
So didn't.
Absolutely. Well,
I
look,
thought
you know,
he did.
there's a history here, and even if no, screw that. I sense it as a holy man. I think he did it. I think that Ben Roethlisberger definitely sexually assaulted that girl. It's just a gut feeling I have. You look at this guy, and
He just screams kid toucher.
Oh.
Yeah.
And that's what he is. I mean, these are little girls. They're like, what, 18 maybe?
What?
He just looks like a kid toucher. He's got enough chicken fat in his hair to, go fry yourself up something for dinner. I mean, seriously, it's just disgusting.
Listen,
I'm twittering
right,
that.
but I worry about you, Ashley. I don't want you clubbing. Right?
No, I will not be
the
clubbing.
And
if I do,
Oh no,
I don't
you're
want you clubbing in Pittsburgh while he's
no,
there.
no, you're safe as long as you're in Pittsburgh.
Yes,
remember?
if I go down
as long as you don't go to Las Vegas
if
or
I
Georgia.
go to Vegas or if I go to Georgia, I'm gonna keep a couple mouse traps under my skirt.
Oh jeez.
Comment, Sorg, comment.
Yeah.
Comment on that.
It's
Anybody?
all you,
Chat
man.
room,
You go for it.
Comment. Is the chat room blowing up right now? I'm not going to take this. It's too easy. Anyways, yeah. So much fun stuff to talk about. Well, guys, listen. I have a bottle of scotch here that needs to be opened,
And you have some South Park to watch.
and I have the 200th episode of South Park to watch. I'm very excited. Next week, I'm sure we'll have more Glee, more sports talk, and I'll give everyone a really good dose of the Rod.
Ooh, just what we all need. All right.
Innuendo. But it'll be consensual. It'll be consensual.
Yes,
Rod
it won't
Pittsburgh.
be.
I know
It
you've been
won't
through a
be.
lot.
It won't be a Rodless burger. It will be, rapeless burger.
It won't- It will not be Rod. It'll be J-Rod, and it'll be consensual, and you will love it.
Yes, you'll be happy, and you'll be asking for seconds.
All right, guys. This has been your Daily Dose of the Rod. Have a good one, guys.
Have a good night, Rod. We'll talk to you next week.
Bye.
Wow.
Yes, that just happened. All right. Well, you know what? I think it's about time to take a quick look into the chat room, see if you guys have any questions for us this evening. I haven't really got any in the emails, other than Skelly, who decides to say that Red Sox fans are the worst fans that are out there. And he is a Red Sox fan, but he just thinks that we're assholes. And quite frankly, you know what? I really don't want to address that question because, quite frankly, it's new baseball season. I'm happy to cheer on my Red Sox.
You have a reason to be an asshole. You know, we have a team to back it up as opposed to we're just sorely missing
but you know what?
resemblance of baseball here.
I will be going out and I will be watching as many Pirates games as I can.
Yeah, I think that's going to happen this summer. It'll be more than the one game I go to, and I don't go in from the tailgate party until the 7th inning kind of deal.
Exactly. We're going to make sure that you get your drink on inside the game.
Kind of hoping.
Or, you know.
Exactly.
Have you ever seen those camel packs? Or basically, I almost bought my brother one of these for Christmas because he goes to so many sporting events or concerts or whatever, and you spend $8 on a beer to go in there. I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous. But what it is, it actually makes you look like you have a beer belly. It has like a little pouch that attaches onto the front of you, and it has a straw that comes up around your shirt. And you can basically like lean over and have a drink, and you basically can fit, I think it was like 3+ beers in this little pouch that goes into your stomach, so that you don't have to go and spend as much money.
I don't know. I think they have like metal detectors and crap.
Sorgy, that's why you have a girlfriend or a wife, because they can smuggle shit in for you.
Okay.
That's what happens. See, guys get patted down. That's the way it goes. Guys will get patted down all over. Girls, they won't touch the buzzies. Okay? So all you has to do is stick something in between them, and ta-da! Present for you when you get inside.
Nice.
Or, you know, just be like, oh, I'm pregnant. That's all there is to it.
Why you have a metal baby?
I has a baby in my belly. Just because it's frothy and delicious does not mean it is not a baby.
It's frothy and delicious.
Exactly.
There you have it.
All right. I think it's about time. Make sure you go and check us out on Twitter. It's at Ashley After Hour. No S. It's Ashley After Hour. Facebook.com/Ashley After Hours. Or just go to our website, AshleyAfterHours.com. Go and check out that Sex and the City trailer. You can go watch Sue Sylvester's edition of Vogue. And what else did we put on there today? We put on there the Whitney Houston performance. That and, of course, the music for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. It's Ashley After Hours, Episode 9.
Ashley After Hours.